Back to school, conquer all. Hello everybody, Ron here from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and maybe that intro sounded a little dramatic, but no more dramatic than all the complaining about summer is over, school is back. It's not really all that bad. Summer's not even over. That's why I have my famous, or perhaps my notorious L.T.L Tutoring t-shirt on today. The sun's out, it's very warm, lots of great weather left, and school's not 24/7. And there are many things you can do to help yourself improve this year and conquer. And I'm going to give you some tips in this video that will help you out. The main thing is to commit yourself. Commit yourself to change, commit yourself to improve, and then apply the tips and the techniques that are mentioned here and in many of my other videos as well. If you don't apply them, obviously they do not work, but if you do apply them, you'll be surprised at how simple it is to make some major changes. So let's get started. As I mentioned off the top, commit to doing well. If you are in the right mindset, then you're on the right track to making change and improving. And it will make it a lot easier for you as well. If you go in positively, you will find positive change. If you slam the door shut and push away that math and English, you're going to find it very difficult. So commit yourself to doing well. Create a homework schedule. You can use your student planner, you could use a calendar, you could use your cell phone or your computer, your iPad, but make sure that whatever you use, you have access to most of the time and that it works most of the time. That's why sometimes the actual books are really good. Nevertheless, however you do it, create a schedule and stick to your schedule. Be strict with yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up, but if you know every day this is when you will sit down and do some homework, it becomes a good habit and it becomes easier over time because you just know every day this is when I'm going to do my homework. It doesn't have to be the same time every day, but it's probably the same time every Tuesday, and it might be a different time on Wednesday, but the same time every Wednesday. Make sure that you remember you have homework every school night. You need to review your notes, organize your notes, practice some questions perhaps, and preview for the next day. And all of this is above and beyond what the teacher told you to do. Homework is not just what the teacher tells you to do. So make sure that you take control of your education and have that homework schedule in place and follow through with it. Before we get too far into it, I want you to remind you, don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching the video on YouTube, you can hit the little subscribe button, not on my video, but it'll be below. And I just put that there as an example. Ring the notification bell so you'll get notifications when there are more educational videos that I put up. Like the video, a little thumbs up, or you can add a comment or a question, of course, and I always look forward to those. Understand what you are supposed to do in your homework before you leave the classroom. This is so important. I have many students, they come here for tutoring, and sometimes they bring in their math book, slam it on the table, say, I've got to do math tonight. Okay, what unit? What questions? Which page? Don't know, don't know, don't know. But it doesn't matter. The teacher puts it online. All right, let's check online. Well, it's not online. Either the teacher has forgotten or the teacher never intended to put it online. Something has happened. And then, of course, sometimes online or internet connections don't work. So if at all possible, write it down in your student planner or on your calendar before you leave the classroom. That way, when you're doing your homework, let's say you've scheduled at 7 o'clock, you sit down at 7, you are ready to go at 7. You don't have to phone anyone, you don't have to text anybody, you don't have to check online. You are ready to go. You will get a lot more done with a little planning and a little scheduling than searching around afterwards trying to find the information. Whenever possible, prepare ahead. I mentioned this just a little bit before. When you're doing your homework, you can preview what's coming. So you can't always know, but a lot of the time teachers will say, next week we're going to cover chapter 5, or tomorrow we're going to be talking about volcanoes or whatever. And you can look up videos, you can read other material, you can listen to podcasts, or you can read your textbook if you happen to have your book with you. Not all schools send them home, but you can find some information. Uh, when you do this, you go into the class, the teacher begins giving the lecture, you are already a step ahead. You'll understand a little bit of the terminology, a little bit of what she or he is talking about, and that just makes it easier to comprehend more of the lecture. And remember, again, it gives you control of your education. After you've been in school for a little while, take a close look at the way you take notes. And don't forget to take notes. And ask yourself whether you could improve your methods. So you want to make sure that your notes are organized and readable. As I say, you want to make sure that you do take notes. I don't care whether nobody else in class is taking notes. You should be taking notes of the important information. They'll be very helpful for you later. If you find that your notes are not working for you, you could talk to the teacher, because often he or she has some suggestions for that particular class that might be helpful for you. Do not let yourself fall behind. This is so important. It's important in all grade levels. It's really important at high school in the semester level, or at university and college if you're in semester. Semesters go really, really quickly. It seems at the beginning you have lots of time, and before you know it, assignments are due, exams are coming. So the best idea is to stay on top of it from the very beginning. Do not ask for extensions unless you're on your deathbed, because they are a trap. You really want to stay on top of your work. Remember, it will never be absolutely perfect. Some people are aiming for absolutely perfect and end up losing marks because they're handing assignments in late. So don't get yourself into a trap. Stay on top of your work. Make sure that all your work is proofread, edited, and neat. And this applies obviously for handwritten or printed work, but also for typed papers. A lot of things are done on computer today. A lot of it's typed. Some of it's just sent electronically, but it can be just as sloppy as a handwritten paper. If the grammar is wrong, if the sentence structure is poor, if the paragraph structure is not there, if it's an essay and you don't have a thesis, if the spelling is horrible, and even on computers, spell check isn't perfect. You should probably use it if you have it available, but it isn't perfect either. So you want to make sure that you read over your work, and check that everything is the way you think it should be. You might miss some mistakes that you don't know, but at least you'll catch the ones that you do know. No reason to lose marks for spelling or punctuation or structure that you know. I've had lots of students after they've been graded say, but I knew that was wrong. Well, okay, but it's too late now once the grade's in. This is something a lot of students forget about. Take care of your body. And what do I mean by that? I mean you need to get a good night's sleep every night if possible, and you need to eat. The brain, as I mentioned before, is a part of the body, and if you don't take care of it, if you don't let it have rest, and you don't give it nutrition, it will not work to its highest degree. It will function, hopefully. If it doesn't, you're in big trouble. But you won't be able to reach your highest goal. So you want to make sure you get 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Yes, everybody needs it. Some people say they don't, but you really do. Your body begins to become depleted if you continue to shortchange it all the time. And you should eat breakfast. Really, really important, because you've gone all night without eating, usually, unless you're a sleepwalker, grabbing turkey legs in the middle of the night. But for most of us, you sleep more or less through the night. You're not eating. You get up, you skip breakfast. You might not have a chance to eat until lunchtime. That's a very, very long time. So your body, it's not even good for your body. If you want to lose weight, you should be eating breakfast, by the way. If you want to get stronger, you should be eating breakfast. Having some meals all through the day, small meals all through the day, is much better than eating one or two gigantic meals. Usually by the time you're really hungry, what do you want? You want sugars, you want salts, you want pizza. I'm not dissing pizza, I love it, but it's not something you should diet on every day. So try to eat relatively healthy food and multiple times a day. It's much, much better for your body and for your brain, and get that sleep that your body and brain need to have. Perhaps above all, enjoy the learning process and all the wonderful gains you can make. From time to time, remind yourself that this is all for you. Time for you to be a little selfish. Education is a gift to you. And it isn't necessarily a gift from your teacher or from your parents or from your tutor. It's a gift from you to you. All of those other people and all of those books and all of those computer programs are tools to help you get an excellent education, which can help you do many, many things in life. And that's up to you. But remember that it's for you, and that will help motivate you and keep you in a positive frame of mind. Too many students think that this is outside of me, they're putting it on top of me, they're forcing me, it's a torture, and of course, school becomes very, very difficult. Learning becomes very difficult under those stressful situations. It lets you off the hook a little bit because you can blame everyone else. However, you don't get very far. So try to turn that around, because it's really true. Education is for you, and you can take all of those resources and make them work for your benefit. Hello, I'm back, and there you have it. You can conquer all, or at least you can make a lot of improvement if you follow through and apply these tips. The main thing is just to believe that you can do it, and I'm sure that you can. Now, don't forget to subscribe to the video channel. Don't forget to ring the notification bell. That way you can get notices when there are new videos on my channel. You can like the video. You can check out the website as well. There are some online courses there. And you can always email me, set up an appointment if you'd like a free information meeting as well. I know with the new school year starting, there's a lot going on. There's always a lot happening here too. So stay in touch. Let me know how you're making out, how you're doing. And if you'd like some lessons right here behind me, if you're local, that would be great. If you'd like some online lessons, that can be arranged as well. It's Ron Johnson from L.T.L Tutoring Central, and until next week, I'm wishing you a very good start to the new school year. All my best. Bye for now.